I always thought that was one of the coolest tunes on this album, Sweet Baby James. This is a well worn out. This is what records look like when they're 50 years old. Yeah, 55 for this one. And anyway, James Taylor has been big around here this week because it's Friday, August 15th. Big day coming up tomorrow and next week. I'll get to all the news in a little bit, but I've had a lot of fun. About just a couple weeks ago, we decided we would put together a live show, TG Live, and the last one we did, we meant to be doing these quarterly, and somehow we slipped through the cracks. The last one we did was all about. If You Could Read My Mind, on usually a slightly easier way of playing it rather than worrying about everything that James Taylor, that Gordon Lightfoot did on the studio recording, because every time he would play it, even live, it would be a little bit different. So we can get so obsessed with playing exactly what we heard on the record when, boy, Blackbird is a great example, where if you listen to 5 or 10 different outtakes of Blackbird, none of them are like what we hear on the record. So that was just the take they took, and that's how it's now etched in vinyl forever. Now etched in the ether forever, I guess, too. But getting back to, so we are doing a James Taylor Sweet Baby James special tomorrow, 11 o'clock Pacific time. And you just have to opt in to get the link. Everybody is welcome. This is everybody's available, or everybody is welcome to join us. We could have up to 500 people as far as our Zoom account goes right now. And I don't expect that many. But what we're going to be doing with this is breaking down the intros to specifically songs off this album. Now, there are 11 songs on this album. 3 of them are not going to be in the running of tunes we might. So I don't know if we're going to get to all 8. Lo and Behold, we're not going to talk about. Don't you, oh baby, don't you loose your lip on me. We're not going to worry about. And we're not going to talk about Sweet for 20G, although there's a great trivia story about that particular tune anyway. So I'm not sure if we'll get to that. But all the rest of the songs, the other 8, are all ones I either have a lesson on or at least have the intro scoped out for us to talk about at tomorrow's show. Now, just recently, so that includes, what do we got here? Sweet Baby James. We'll probably talk about that one first. And then Sunny Skies, Steamroller, Country Road. Oh, Susanna, we probably won't talk about that too much. Fire and Rain, we're definitely going to talk about simplifying some of what James does in his intro to Fire and Rain. Blossom, and Anywhere Like Heaven. So those 8 are all going to be in the running of stuff we're going to talk about possibly tomorrow. And part of that was that this week I added 2 new tunes of his, Steamroller and this one. Well, maybe that can be turned into an instrumental. Hadn't really thought about that. But that was, of course, Anywhere Like Heaven, something that we just got finished up yesterday. So, and it has a great intro. Just that little part. You just heard it, so I won't play it again. But so anyway, that is what's going on. There is a link here, whether you're seeing this at YouTube or on our TG forum. There is a link in the description of to opt in. A big thing that we've never done this with a live. Oh, I guess I did it with If You Could Read My Mind, but there's an attachment that includes tab to just the intros of, I think, 6 of the songs in the running. I don't think I put Oh Susanna in there, or which other one? Can't remember now. Anyway, of the 8 songs in the running, there's an attachment that you can have that, so everybody that joins gets the tab free to all those intros. So, and we're going to try to make a habit of doing this over the next. Again, we're thinking about quarterly, and am looking for your thoughts on what you might like to see me address. Whether it's Neil Young style, or we might do another James Taylor one, but we'll see how this goes. It depends on how many of the songs I get through tomorrow. It might be that we only have time to get through. We're going to try to keep this to an hour, and might only have time to get through 4 or 5 of them, leaving the more complicated. I will get to Fire and Rain, even though that's one of the more complicated ones. Partly, you've heard me play Fire and Rain before. It's, of course, done with the capo as well. Anyway, so we're looking for your suggestions of topics for some of these quarterly things that might come up later. It could, I don't think we do really complicated instrumentals. We want to kind of gear this to beginning, intermediate, and the intermediate level in general. Anyway, okay, so I think that's all I have to say so far about James Taylor. The other big thing is we're having a contest, a little raffle to give away tickets to next Saturday, August 23rd's show that Djangatos is doing. My friend Robert and his band. It's a gypsy jazz band. They do stuff. Oh man, I can't play any gypsy jazz. I can play the rhythm guitar parts. Always sounds like ragtime whatever I do, right? That's basically the chord progression to, or similar. So I kind of wandered off into 2 different directions there, to a famous tune that Django did with Stefan Grappelli called Minor Swing. And that turned into a fun thing we did at camp this year as our close to the spring camp back in April. The 5 teachers got up, and we had never played that song together, and we kind of arranged it on stage in front of the campers. And in 10 or 15 minutes we had a presentable version of it, I think. So my friend Mike Mullins sort of drove that bus, being the mandolin swing player. Okay, enough about. So the story on Djangatos is they're playing. They're having an album release party in Santa Cruz at the Cumbua, which is a small jazz club, and you can buy tickets, of course, and tickets are about $35 or $45 or something like that. And but we are giving some away. So if we've got a couple, maybe we might have 4. I'm not sure. I'll check on that. But kind of depends on the response we get. So there is a post on our forum about all you have to do is reply to the post. So just say I'm in, and then your name will go into the raffle, and we'll draw names next Wednesday. So we'll close that off on Tuesday, which should be what we're talking. Tomorrow's the 16th. So yeah, okay, you can figure it out. And then on Wednesday we'll draw them. The catch is you have to be able to get to Santa Cruz, so you gotta sort of be local in this area, or be willing to fly here just to catch a cool swing jazz or gypsy jazz show. Okay, so I think that's all the big stuff I had to talk about today. Let me see if there's anything else I can play from James Taylor's album. The first song we're going to talk about, and this Blackbird may turn into part of this discussion too. I hope not. I didn't mean to go there, but is the opening song on the album, Sweet Baby James, is just a it basically is strumming, but he hits bass notes. And so a couple of my students lately have just been working on starting to learn how to strum with fingers. This is going to turn into a Neil's suggestion on learning to strum with your fingers, not with a pick, because it lets you hit bass notes then really clearly there with your thumb. So what a lot of people do, like Paul McCartney in particular, when he strums, he does pinches like in Blackbird, and then brushes down across the strings with his index finger, and sometimes then brushes up. Does the same, everything with the same finger, meaning downs and ups with his index finger, just strumming across the middle strings. I like to have people learn to play doing the downs with the two middle fingers, getting used to kind of flicking them down. So when I'm strumming down, if I'm strumming something, just a simple chord progression like Nights in White Satin, it's just 6 beats or 2 groups of 3, just down, down, up, down, up. But I want students to get used to doing that where all the downs are with these 2 fingers and all the ups are with your index finger. That means that you're getting nails, the sound of nails going down across the strings. And as you do that down, you want to kind of be flicking your fingers to get across the strings quickly. If you don't do that, you get this sound. It's not as good. You want to to be a quicker sound, a quicker attack. And then the ups are just partial. You're shooting for 2 or 3 strings with a brush up with your index finger. So that strum, the 3/4 or 6/4 strum that we'd use in Nights in White Satin or Lucky Man, would be just down, down, up, down, up. Then the D. Let's strum through it. That repeats. C. G. You ready for the F that happens here? And back to E minor. So I just had a student here yesterday who's just kind of getting into that, and that was the song we're working on. So it's a great beginning strumming song in 3/4 time, getting used to using your fingers, your middle fingers for the downs, and your index finger for the up. So thanks for sitting through that diversion. Let's see. What is the other song that it was not included in the 6 that I put together. Or wait, I guess it was Oh Susanna probably was. I think I already mentioned that one. Wait a minute. Which 2 did I not put in there? Blossom is in there. Maybe there were 7. Anyway. But since I recently did a lesson on Oh Susanna, we probably won't cover that too much because it's a little more advanced finger picking with this whole thing. But we will be talking about some of his really standard licks. That one is like one of James' signature licks. It happens on both an A chord and a D chord. That one's done in drop D tuning, so it didn't sound exactly right. But these little hammer-ons and things that happen in there. Anyway, okay, I think that's all I wanted to get to today. I hope you can join us or consider joining us for the James Taylor, the Sweet Baby James special that we're happening tomorrow, the 16th of August at 11 o'clock Pacific time. And we will be recording it, making it available to everybody who's been there. And it'll also become part of one of the James Taylor packs, the Essential James Taylor. So it'll always be in that as well. So, okay, that is it for me today. I will see as many of you as possible tomorrow.